Hey guys, it's Kitty. So welcome to my vlog. I'm going to start recording about my weight loss journey. Um, I know I'm starting out quite a few weeks post-op instead of following the whole journey from like week one and so on. I'm jumping into this around week 7. I'm week 7 post op. I actually just turned week 7 um, Friday, a couple days ago, so this past Friday. Um, so I've been on it for a few days, and so it's kind of late in the game starting this vlog, but I mean, in a way, it's okay because now I'm actually able to eat solids. So this will make it a little bit easier in regards to like my eating habits because the first few weeks post-op it was kind of torture. Went from having a liquid diet for 2 weeks prior to the surgery, so and then 2 weeks post-op. So it was hell. I can actually say it was pretty awful. Um, Being around people eating food and stuff while I was on this liquid diet was just kind of painful and torture. But I mean, it wasn't super bad to the point where I couldn't um, tolerate it. I mean, I could, but at the same time, it was just kind of like all the smells and stuff. Like my sense of smell was heightened, so like everything that I used to love before, um, like I craved it, but you know, now being several weeks post-op, my taste buds and stuff have changed dramatically, actually. Um, so it's been quite a journey. It's been like it's like a newborn baby. Like I started off with the liquids, and then I started off with after that it was purees, and then um, soft mushy foods, and then it went into solids. So I'm treating my tummy, my new pouch, as if it's a newborn child. So it went through all the stages that we went through when we were little. So it was like I was reborn. So in other words, this surgery has definitely it's been it's been a journey. um, but I can say though, 7 weeks post op now, I'm feeling way better than I ever could imagine. Um, Before surgery, I was always constantly in pain, having back pain, knee pain, and this surgery has definitely made a big significance as for pain, and it's made it it's just been so much more tolerable now that I can move. I can without hurting. I can go up a flight of stairs without huffing and puffing. Um, I really haven't even need to use my inhaler lately, which has been great because I hate using my inhaler. um, so I mean, it's still a work in progress and everything. But I mean, I'm so happy that I did it, and I don't know if I have no regrets. I have no buyer's remorse. Um, like some people were saying, oh, you're gonna like hate it after a while, and you're gonna like regret everything. I don't regret, absolutely don't regret this decision. I got my life back, and I'm not in pain, and I just feel wonderful. Like it's just been quite an experience, and it's just so awesome. Um, but it's still a learning experience. Like right now, even though I've been eating solids here and there, it's I'm having to like reintroduce certain foods into my system, and some things I can tolerate, some things I can't tolerate yet. For instance, I still can't tolerate ground beef or any kind of red meats right now. They're still too dense for me. Um, but I can have chicken, I can have turkey. I've tried pork the other day and it went down fine. Um, Fish, so any kind of seafood and any white meat I can tolerate. So that's a plus. Um, I still can't have any really like dry meats and stuff because that makes me uh, eating dry meats still kind of make me sick. So it's just been kind of a learning process. But I'm feeling so great, and you know, going to these support groups that I go to really help. Being as like more people that have had the same surgeries and stuff that I can relate to have been really helpful. It's just been really great, and I mean, you know if I didn't have the support group, that like if I didn't have access to any support groups, I'm sure like I do have some support groups here online that I follow, but being in person and actually going towards like meeting people in person that have been through the same thing as me or are going through the process that I went through, um, it's kind of cool. That way I know that I'm not alone, and it's been pretty exciting. And also, just to like remind you guys, this vlog isn't just about my weight loss journey. I kind of hope to inspire or motivate those that are looking to start trying to do a lifestyle change, and be able to lose the weight if you want to lose weight or something. Um, different stuff like that. Like, I want to be able to help give motivation to those that are, like not sure if they have some kind of outlet. I hope I can be that kind of person that I can motivate you, or you can come to me and ask me questions. I have absolutely no problem with that. Like, I want to be helpful to other people who are either wanting to get the surgery or just want to lose some weight. And my eating habits are actually really, really good. So you don't even have to have the surgery to lose the weight, unless you have medical problems that kept you from losing weight like I did. But if you were to eat the way that I eat, you can lose weight. I eat high protein, low carb, low to no sugar, very low sodium, and high in vitamin A and vitamin C, and high in iron. Um, and another takeaway from this. So when I had after surgery, or technically before surgery, I was able to tolerate most protein supplements. I didn't have any issues getting them down. But as the time went on and I had the surgery, I realized like my taste buds changed after surgery, and not only that, but my stomach obviously changed. And because of this, like my tolerance for so many of the supplements, I think I've tried every single one that I tried before surgery. I've tried new ones after surgery, and I can't tolerate most if most of the supplements. They make me very ill, make me very sick. And it's just, and I've talked to my surgeon about this, and she even said, like, if they're making me as sick as they are, to try to get most of my protein through actual food. And that's exactly what I've been doing since surgery, and I feel fantastic. Like, I've been hitting my goals. Been like so for me, It could be different for other people. Also, if you haven't had the surgery, you are obviously you're going to have more protein than I am. Like your daily could be different from mine, but for me, because my stomach is literally like that, it's the size of an egg. So I guess close enough. I guess. So my stomach is the size of an egg. So for me, a daily limit of protein goes between 60 to 80 grams of protein a day. I typically will try to shoot past 60 if on an okay day. I'll get about 64 to 65 grams of protein. On a really really awesome day, I've hit 84 grams. It's okay if I go over a little bit of 80. It's okay as long as I don't go over 100. Then I'm fine. But I can't really hit 100 yet because it's a lot of food. So like right now I can basically eat between 4 to 5 ounces of food and I am full. So I don't push it. And there's even times where I may not feel full, but I stop at the 4 or 5 ounces and I feel fine. Like, I know what my hunger sign is. Like, I have these signs that tell me that, like, you're getting close to being full or not. Like, I'll get the hiccups, which is really funny. So I get the hiccups usually if I'm getting close to being full or there's a sigh. Some people sneeze. I don't sneeze, but I do get the hiccups, and sometimes I will catch myself sighing, and then I'm like, okay, so I'm getting to that limit, so I need to stop. Because if I eat too much, I will get sick. But, you know, a lot of the stuff that I eat, though, has been very kind to me. Now, I've played around with certain foods and realized that I can't have it, so that's fine. So, but I mean, at least if I'm getting my daily protein goal, then that's great. So for those that are wondering, like, as to what am I actually eating, I'm telling you I'm eating a lot of high protein and all that stuff. But, like, if you guys are curious as to what I'm eating, which if you are wanting to start doing, like, something similar so you can start losing weight, this is a good idea of what I eat in a day. It's not exactly every single thing, but in a day, I have some food here to show you what I usually eat in a day. So before I had I had this routine down. Every morning when I woke up, I would eat I would eat some yogurt. And because I can't have certain sugars, because if I eat a certain amount of sugar, I have yet to do it. So thankfully, I've been trying to stay away from as much sugar as possible. But for those that have had gastric bypass, I believe some people with the sleeve can also have dumping. But there's this thing called dumping syndrome where if you eat too much fat or you eat too much sugar, your body goes into this episode of getting very sick, coming out both ends, possibly. Very bad stomach cramps. Basically, you feel like you're going to die for like 45 minutes, from what I've been told. So, I try to avoid this as much as possible. So, what I would use to eat in the morning, I've kind of changed my routine since then, but so I would eat some Greek yogurt. This brand in particular is really good. It's 000. It's got 0 added sugars, 0 artificial sweeteners, and 0 fat. So I can eat one of these now. Before, I was only able to eat like half a container. Now that I'm 7 weeks post-op, I can eat one of these and I'll be full. So it's got 120 calories, 0 fat, maybe less than 5 milligrams of cholesterol. It's got 65 milligrams of sodium, 210 potassium. It's only got 14 grams of carbs. And dietary fiber is 6 grams, sugars is only 6, and protein is 15 grams. Just for this little container, it's 15 grams. That right there is a good serving size or good amount of protein just for this little container, which is good for me. So like I said, I used to eat this for breakfast, but I've changed up what I do. But now I eat these for like a snack. So like, let's say I have my breakfast, and then about 2 hours later, I have a breakfast snack. Because that's about when I usually get hungry, is like 2 hours later, which is fine. Every 2 hours is usually, in the surgeon and then I expect every 2 hours is usually pretty like normal to be hungry in 2 hours. So like I'll eat one of these, or I will snack on something else. But for breakfast, though, in general, I kind of changed it up because I started following this bariatric surgeon on Facebook, and he started, or I started watching his videos because he gives a lot of information on these videos, and it's been very, very helpful for me, because I don't have a lot of we don't really have classes here for nutrition and all that kind of stuff for the bariatric program. We just have support groups, and you go through like a learning process at the very beginning of the journey. They give you like information, and it's a couple hours long. But this surgeon that I follow, he's more known to do the sleeve surgery. He doesn't do the bypass as much as he does the sleeve, but he does do the sleeve. But he gives all the different information and stuff, dietary, life advice. It's just a lot of advice with people who've had the bariatric surgery. So he's very insightful, and I've actually started following his morning routine, which is start your day with a breakfast smoothie, and with a green smoothie. He calls them the green smoothie. The reason that they're called a green smoothie, even though it may turn out pink, is because you have a blend of any kind of leafy green, you have like a leafy green, and then you have fruit, and you also add like any kind of juice that you want, and then you blend it up. You can put protein powder in there too, so you can get your daily amount of protein. So for my instance, I actually brought some of the fruits stuff that I bought. So these I bought yesterday. So this is Dole fruit and veggie blend. So because it has a lot of the fruits that I've been using, it's been very helpful. So like this has mangoes, bananas, apples, pineapples, and spinach. On here, the serving size says 3/4 of a cup. Because my stomach is a lot smaller, I do a lot smaller portions than what the serving size says on the packages. So I typically do like 1/4 of a cup if I'm doing something like in here. Let's see. It's got 80 calories, 0 fat, 0 cholesterol, only 10 milligrams of sodium, 240 milligrams of potassium, 17 grams of carbs, 12 sugars, and 1 gram of protein, which is fine because I add my protein powder in with it, and it gives me my daily allowance, or well, not daily allowance, but it gives me a good chunk of my protein goal in just like the first thing in the morning. So it's perfect for that, and it's all the yummy fruits. And then I also saw this yesterday, and I love Jamba Juice, but they don't have any here, or at least none that I have found. So they have the Orange Dream Machine, which was my favorite from Jamba Juice, and it's basically you have to just add juice and blend it up. So I actually had this morning. It's fantastic. I did a handful of spinach. That's what I added to it, just to give me that extra leafy green. So I added a handful of spinach. I did half a bag of this because it does say half a pouch, and the chunks are really, really small. when I measured it out, was about half a cup, which is fine, because it's got Greek yogurt, it's got peaches and oranges in it, but like the oranges and like the peaches are like really really tiny, but it's got non-fat yogurt in it. So I made this morning and it was great. It was very smooth. Also, I did not put orange juice, or not orange juice. I did not put apple juice because it calls for apple juice, but I did not put apple juice in it. I actually used coconut water. It made it a little bit more creamier. And I usually use coconut water with my smoothies. It tastes pretty good, and it's a natural sweetener, so it's kind of a win-win. And then when I do, well, if I don't use the pre-made frozen fruits, sometimes I do use other bags. So like I get like the mixed berry frozen fruit, or whatever I'm feeling up to. I'll get it at my supermarket or whatever, and I'll typically do a fourth of a cup if it's in the mix in the bags. If I'm doing fresh fruit in my smoothie, I like to prep the bags and then freeze the fresh fruit, so that way it's ready to go in the morning and I can literally just take that out. Take my fresh spinach. I like to use fresh spinach, even though that one had spinach in frozen. I'd still like to add fresh spinach just because it tastes better. So I'll usually use just a handful. I just grab a handful out. I'll put it in my blender. And then for the frozen fruits, fresh fruits, I will use half a banana. I use 4 unsweetened cherries. I'll do like cubed mango. So I do like 4 pieces of mango. So I do 4 pieces of mango. I do 4 pieces of strawberry. So if I want like a strawberry mango banana smoothie, I only use 4 pieces of each of those fruits if they're fresh, because like I buy them pre-cut, so they're like ready to go, and they're cubed. They're like usually like that big. So I just like throw those in and put them in a Ziploc bag and then put them in the freezer, and they're like, it's easy peasy, because I literally just have to add the spinach and my protein powder and then blend it. It only takes a matter of seconds. And my coconut water. So I've been using for like my liquids for any of my protein shakes, or my green smoothies, I've been using Vita Coco. This is really good stuff. It doesn't have any protein, but it's only 11 grams of sugar, 11 carbs, 470 milligrams of potassium, 27 milligrams of sodium, and it's only 45 calories. So I always do a cup of this in my smoothies. And then that also helps blend it up better, so it's not like really like chunky or thick. It's like perfect. And then so for examples so that's like my breakfast thing, and then I also use this as my protein powder. I go in GNC, so it's GNC Pro Performance. It's got 24 grams of protein, 130 calories per serving, or per scoop, I should say, and it's 1 gram of sugar. So this is unflavored. I typically like to use the unflavored protein powder because I like the taste of the fruit. And I'd rather be able to taste the fruit. And this does have a bit of, it does have a little bit of a aftertaste, but the fruit typically overpowers the flavor of the protein powder, so it's not too bad. And I do 1 scoop. You can do either half a scoop or a full scoop. Half a scoop is 12 grams of protein, whereas the full one is 24. So I usually do 1 full scoop just so I can get the extra protein in. And so that's usually what I have for breakfast. So for like a breakfast snack or something, like I said, I will eat the yogurt. Or if I want something light, excuse me, my nose is itchy. If I want something light, I do really like the Baby Bell Light cheeses. These right here are 5 grams of protein, just for this little thing. So I'll typically eat one of these, or if I'm out of these, or I just want to switch it up a bit, I do the light string cheese. This brand right here is the Lucerne, I think is how you pronounce it. This right here has 6 to 7, I think it's like 6 or 7 grams of protein. So I'll either eat a piece of cheese, and I absolutely love grapes. So I will do either the green or the red grapes with the cheese, and I do about 15, just 15 grapes. I count out 15 of them, and then I'm good. And I'll eat a piece of cheese with the grapes. And that's usually like I'll do something like that for breakfast. Breakfast snack. And then for like a lunch snack, typically, actually, before I go to the lunch snack, for lunch, the one thing that I've been eating a lot, now it's not the same thing every day, I do change it up a bit, but if I want something that's packed with protein for lunch, I absolutely love these tuna packets. I do Starkist the most because, or technically I do whichever one is either Starkist or the Bumblebee, whichever one's on sale. These were on sale when I went grocery shopping, so they were only $1 a pouch. So $1 each is just not bad. This one, it's got 18 grams of protein. It's 80 calories. It's only got 0.5 grams of fat. The sodium is like 340. This is great for just 18 grams of protein just for this little pouch. That is another big chunk of my goal for 60. So I will do this sometimes with lunch. If I want like another piece like of protein, I will do this with this or string cheese. So I have double protein. But definitely tuna has been like my lifesaver for lunches because like if I feel like I'm not getting enough of my protein in the morning, I'll go to this. And this is like my go-to snack lunch because it's packed with protein. Because sometimes my lunches are lacking in protein, and so I know these are always I'm gonna get something. This is another one. This one's only 15 grams in protein, but it is fantastic. I like spicy, and my stomach is loving spicy. I was afraid I wasn't gonna be able to eat spicy stuff again, but this hasn't. Like, if I want a little bit of a kick, I will get the Hot Buffalo. And that one is 15 grams of protein. And then this one, which I actually had today, but I didn't have another packet, so I'm giving the old packet. The Thai chili style. This one's only 14 grams of protein, but it's really spicy compared to the Hot Buffalo. I love this one. This one is really good. It's actually one of my favorites. But it's phenomenal. It's one of my favorites. So like I will typically have, like I said, the tuna packets with the cheese. Sometimes I do the tuna with some type of fruit. And if I'm doing fruit, either I'll do like 15 grapes, I'll do like an ounce of fruit or any type of fruit. If it's not the grapes, I actually count the grapes out. But for like regular fruit, I'll do about an ounce of any kind of fruit. So another thing that I typically will do for lunch is deli meat is absolutely another great way to get my protein during the day. So I don't use processed. I don't do the packaged lunch meat because it is high in sodium. It's very, very high in sodium, and it's also got a lot of chemicals and stuff, so I try to stay away from that. It's not very good for you. So if I do want some deli meat, I actually will go to the deli, and I will stand in line, and I will tell them, hey, I would like this. I pick out my meats, and I have them cut it per pound or whatever. I usually get like half a pound of 2 different ones. So like I'll get chicken and turkey, or like usually my go-to lunch meats. And Boar's Head is a really good brand. They have great chicken and turkey. They also have very low sodium choices that you can get from the deli as well, and I typically get the low sodium choices because it's good for me because I am on low sodium in my diet, or I should say my lifestyle, because it's not a diet. So like, yeah, I usually eat everything like low sodium as much as possible. So that is typically what I will do for lunch. And I'll do some fruit, or I'll do a side of vegetable with my protein. I'll do like a starch or a veggie or a fruit. Just depends on how I'm feeling. If I feel like I'm not getting enough protein, I'll up the protein. For snacks, I absolutely love this stuff. It's spinach parmesan dip. Sabra is just amazing. I love most of the Sabra stuff, hummus and this in general. I typically only use about a tablespoon of this. The actual serving size is 2 tablespoons, but because my stomach's a lot smaller, I don't eat as much. So I will use this. I will spread it on my lunch meat, or I will dip my lunch meat in it. Same with the hummus. It fills me up really quickly. And it's only like 2 grams of protein. It's not a lot, but it's a little extra. And then like the nutrition on here is pretty awesome. I don't know if you can see that, but I would say check this out definitely. Also for like an on the go snack, I just picked this up yesterday and I had it today and it was really good. These are the P3 protein snacks. It came with little cube cheese, peanuts, and cube turkey. So like, it wasn't even full all the way up. It was like maybe to like here on each. Well, this one was filled up, but like the cheese and stuff wasn't that much. But one of these packs right here is just 13 grams of protein. So like, I already got, just in this little snack, I got 13 grams of protein, which is pretty awesome. And it goes towards my daily allowance, so that's pretty great. So it's been, it's been kind of a struggle. Not so much with the food, and not so much with the healing or anything like that. I've been great with that. I've been hitting my protein. I healed so nicely. Like, I don't hurt. I don't anything. The only issue that I've been having through this whole journey so far is just getting my fluid intake. So I'm supposed to get anywhere between 45 to 60 ounces of water a day. I'm maybe hitting like 20 or 30. I'm not hitting my daily goal, which has been a little bit of a struggle, and because things are too sweet and sometimes water just gets boring to me, I do like the flavored stuff. So these Bai waters have been pretty awesome, but this is like 18 ounces of fluid. This one is 18 ounces, and I still can't get all of this down in one sitting because I have to sip. If I gulp, it hurts my stomach. I have to keep sipping, and then it takes forever to get one of these down. If I'm doing just like a regular 16-ounce bottle of water, I found these. They're the Crush Sugar Free. But like Crystal Light, these are still too sweet for me. The Crystal Light or any of these packages are a little too sweet for me, and I typically cannot do a full packet. I have to do half a packet, or else it's too sweet and I just can't drink it. It's like way too much for me. But I mean, it's good for variety and different flavors. This one is also really good. Raspberry lemonade. This one's pretty good. This one actually does have calories, though. This one has like 10 calories and 1 gram of sugar and like 3 carbs. But this is good if I want something like lemonade. This has been pretty tasty. But again, same issue. I only can use half a packet because it's too sweet. And I do the Mios too. This one's just a cherry, tropical cherry. I do very small amounts of this because if I put too much, it's way too sweet and I can't stomach it. So it's very little. So this is gonna last a while. So yeah, that is a little bit of this is, like I said, this is week 7, and I'm 3 days into week 7, and there is a lot of this, everything. It's like a learning experience. I mean, I'm still like taking baby steps towards, hitting my goal. But, along the way, it's been great. I mean, my starting weight was 250 pounds. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this journey, was not only because of my weight, but going through the process of everything has been crazy. I found out more medical problems when I was doing the testing for this the surgery, and that made my case even more like, you need to get it done. And it's no joke. So medical problems are no joke, and that is one of the reasons why I had the surgery. And I won't take it back. I would never take it back. I would do it again over if I can live how I've been living. It's been great. And my tummy has a name because there's days where he acts up, and I named him Sheldon because he acts just like Sheldon from Big Bang Theory. Because there's days where he gets mad, and then there's days where he's finicky. I'm very picky with what I eat. And then there's days where he's very talkative and he won't shut up. And when he growls and gurgles, it makes me think of going, Penny, Penny. It's exactly how I feel. But it's perfect. It's the perfect name for my new stomach. So again, going back to what I was saying in the beginning, I wanted to start this vlog so that way people who are wanting to either are considering surgery, or they want to just follow my weight loss surgery progress, or if you want to lose weight, I really encourage you to take the step forward, take the steps that you need to get started on your journey, so you can also start feeling better about yourself. Like I said, I started at 250, and as of today, I weighed myself. I am 197. Yeah, 197.8. So I have dropped 51 pounds already since starting this whole journey, and I feel so much better. So I encourage you, if you need some kind of encouragement or motivation, please feel free to ask me questions. If you need some kind of accountability partner or something, you can hit me up. I don't mind helping out at all. So anyways, that's all I have for this vlog. Later on probably the next day or so, I'm going to do another video of my smoothies, how I make my green smoothies in the mornings, so that way you guys can get an idea of how to make your own. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog, and I hope you guys tune in for more videos. Take care.